Okay, and we are live. It's it's 6 o'clock. So it's the highest time that we start the last but not least event during the first day of S-Force Summit 2021 Winter Edition. Hi, guys. Great to have you here. We are obviously switching to English for the last event, but this has some good reasons for that because we have Vlad Stoica with us. Hello.
Hello, hello. How are you?
We are doing great. We are actually really excited because we are glad to have someone from our partner, Salesforce. Great to have you here. As you can see, today Vlad will be talking about introduction to Salesforce B2C Commerce Cloud and order management system. Now, guys, should you have any questions during the presentation, please be sure to leave them in the comments section because once Vlad is finished with his presentation, we will actually do a standard Q&A section, and I will read your questions to our speaker. So once again, great to have you with us, Vlad, and I will leave you with our viewers right now.
Thanks so much for the invitation and thank you so much for joining us today to the Commerce Cloud webinar. I'll be walking you through some of the trends that we see and the solutions that our clients use to stay ahead of the curve. My name is Vlad Stoica. I'm a commerce client director for B2C, covering the CE region. I'm very passionate about retail, so I feel very lucky to be working with a company that has a top product. Before I begin, I just want to give a quick reminder that customers should base their purchasing decisions on products and services that are currently available. And again, thanks so much for taking time to listen to me and to join the summit today. Now, let's set the scene. Commerce has never been more critical for success. Over the last couple of years, with this pandemic, all industries have accelerated their growth. As you can see, grocery or home good sales are in triple digits growth, 200%, 300%, and we're on our way to 4.9 trillion global e-commerce sales. I'm actually very curious to see if this could even break 5 trillion this year. Buy online, pick up in store is more popular than ever with 127% increase year over year. And orders coming from social media channels is something very common now and will continue to grow. And as you can see, it's 104% growth year over year for this year. Some other trends that we see are that telecom companies are focused on replacing in-store experience with digital ones, and in fact, 67% of telecom companies have introduced virtual shopping. We see these fast-paced changes happening on the automotive side as well, largely being driven by consumers, of which 90% prefer to start the buying process online. The best experience you have anywhere becomes the experience you expect everywhere. And in the insurance industry, 65% of consumers have actually cut ties with the brand based on a bad customer service experience. And I can see that happening in other industries as well. Now, one of the things that emerged very clearly from the last 2 years of pandemic was that we are now all digital first customers, not digital only, but digital first. And the digital first customer can be summed up in a few ways. If we're talking about let's call her Laura. She is always on, whether at home, in her home office, on the road, picking up the kids, or staying up late to get more work or household items done. She uses multiple channels and devices to get things done, either for working, shopping, to stay in touch with friends and family, you name it. And she relies on her digital devices as well as in-person channels as the world begins to kind of reopen. In fact, our recent research shows that almost 70% of customers want companies to offer new ways to get existing products and services. And it's closer to 80% for millennials and Generation Z. She expects digital everywhere. Even when she goes to a restaurant in person, she expects to be able to scan maybe a QR code to bring up the dinner menu on the phone. It's touchless, it's more convenient, it's also better for the environment. Finally, as she moves throughout her day and moves seamlessly across all of these channels, she expects a completely connected experience across her entire customer journey. Commerce can no longer be treated and delivered in a silo. It must be connected to the marketing you deliver, the engagement and experience you deliver on your digital commerce sites and in physical stores, and it needs to extend beyond the purchase to order management and fulfillment and the customer service experience you provide across the entire customer journey. Now, the challenge for commerce leader today is that they need to connect with the customers at every step of their customers' journey and across every touch point, whether they are B2C or a B2B company. We witnessed a massive surge in online revenue growth as high as 200% year over year during the pandemic, as businesses were forced to accelerate years of digital innovation roadmaps into months. We watched customers experiment with new channels, with orders from social channels up over 100% year over year, as seen before. As physical stores shut down, companies needed to quickly shift to offer curbside pickup and adapt to an environment that basically changed overnight. And of course, brands need to grow revenue and cut costs and become more efficient. And in our e commerce research, commerce leaders are telling us they need choice when it comes to their B2C commerce platform. They need capabilities from clicks to code, from speed to market to experience flexibility to the ability to deliver commerce anywhere. And what that means to the customers we have talked to is they want to be able to quickly launch new sites and experiences as well as new innovation for a quick time to value. They want to maintain complete control over the front end and all digital properties, maintaining brand consistency and high performance across the buyer journey. They want to be able to extend across all consumer touchpoints and new engagement areas. Commerce, digital, and tech team need to work together to make this happen, all playing a major role in driving success. Commerce teams need on-demand merchandising tools and oftentimes set the business requirements for IT teams. Similarly, IT teams are required to help maintain a premium digital experience with the digital teams. Across these organizations, there needs to be a common platform to achieve growth and success. And this is where Commerce Cloud 360 comes into place. And this is actually a robust portfolio of digital commerce solution purpose built for your business. And B2C commerce is for B2C businesses that want to grow fast, innovate quickly, scale globally, and want choice for how they deliver commerce experiences with a spectrum of clicks to code based tools, with advanced merchandising tools and AI natively built in. We'll be focusing on this in more in the next few slides. B2B commerce will be covered tomorrow by my awesome colleague, Frank Flossbach. So please make sure that you also attend his session. We've also got new products such as B2B2C commerce, which enables you to quickly launch a connected D2C experience. We also have Salesforce payments, and we have a huge ecosystem of apps that include the latest technologies such as augmented reality with the likes of Trickit or live shopping. Now, to focus on Salesforce B2C commerce, we've been named a leader in the Gartner Magic Quadrant for 6 years in a row and for good reasons. Commerce Cloud can help you grow your business fast, and in fact, Salesforce B2C customers grew 1.5 times faster than the market. With B2C commerce, you can pivot quickly while owning your branded experience using clicks, code, or headless APIs, so you're always innovating with speed. Commerce Cloud has proven availability with a historical uptime of 99.99% and security at a global scale to always handle your peak traffic surges anytime they happen, especially on Black Friday. In addition, we can help accelerate business results by increasing revenue, just like Harman, who saw a 50% increase in B2C commerce global sales with Commerce Cloud, while helping improve productivity and engagement across channels with embedded AI-powered merchandising. And of course, unifying the complete customer experience as connecting the customer journey has never been more important, from social to storefront, curbside pickup to self-service. Now, to give you a sense of the scale that we have, we support customers across more than 84 countries with over 6,000 live sites. And our customers have seen great success with 42% year over year same site sales growth. And they are in this for the long term. Commerce Cloud has the lowest attrition rate from any other product at Salesforce, and that shows we have a solid strategy for our platform that simply enables customers to win in an ever-changing market landscape. You can see the growth that Sonos, ASICS, or Adidas had with our solution, and these numbers never cease to amaze me. I also wanted to spend some time discussing headless commerce. This is a new newish trend. And what is it? It's basically the separation of the front end and back end of an e-commerce application. And customers are driving a shift towards headless as their expectations are higher than ever. 68% said COVID-19 has elevated their expectations of digital. 67% use multiple channels for a single transaction. And 76% expect consistent connected experiences across all these touchpoints. Headless commerce gives you the flexibility to move quick and innovate frequently to keep up with these expectations. And despite all the benefits, headless is not without its challenges. So Salesforce helps solve the most challenges associated with going headless. Cost and complexity, for example. Buying and managing multiple niche point solutions can be complicated and expensive. And then there's the added resource requirement to manage the added complexity. When it comes to scale and reliability, there are scale and security risks when you're working with niche solutions and upstarts that don't have the experience and scale of larger platforms. There's also a lack of business user tools. And business users are often left behind as many headless solutions focus on just the APIs and IT tools. They need simple and easy to use tools to manage and report on the performance of the website. Now, B2C commerce offers a trusted headless platform that unlocks agility to keep up with customers and innovation to drive growth. Our product accelerates the path to headless and reduces the total cost of ownership by offloading operational costs and burdens. You can choose exactly what you need from composable capabilities, including a storefront for headless that's fully customizable and managed for you. You can eliminate public cloud costs and build on a common foundational layer to speed up integrations and implementation. We empower both developers and business users with tools and services for success. For example, developers get full coverage APIs, access to the Commerce Cloud Developer Center, and efficiency tools to empower them to successfully build a headless architecture. Meanwhile, business users get tools for growth like AI powered personalization to increase revenue and engagement. Finally, you can rely on trusted scale and security. You can deliver fast, always on experiences at a global scale with our proven uptime, 99.99%, and protect your brand and customers with built in security and 24/7 security response teams. Now, to deep dive a bit, Commerce Cloud offers all the building blocks you'll need for headless commerce. You can pick and choose from composable capabilities based on your current architecture and business goals. You can easily add in new capabilities in the future with everything connected on a common foundational layer. You can integrate with our trusted partner ecosystem to build best of breed. And you can build custom apps if you want complete control over the customer experience. All this flexibility and choice is connected by a commerce foundational layer that offers security, scale, and a single source of truth, as well as APIs, builders, and tools to empower your team to successfully launch and operate these composable capabilities. You can see this looks a little different for each of our customers as they can mix and match capabilities to achieve their business goals. For Adidas, IT autonomy and agility was the goal, so they leverage our APIs and build their own custom React storefront on top of them. The example is not here, but Under Armour wanted speed and mobile optimization, so they pulled in our progressive web app kit and managed runtime for it. The Body Shop wanted to unlock a new revenue channel, so partner built a custom live shopping app on top of our APIs. Scalability was the most important factor for J.Crew when they selected to use our scalable API-based commerce services with their existing storefront. And Lacoste wanted omnichannel experiences, so they launched an API-powered mobile app, in-store app, and a Polo customizer with Commerce Cloud. And I wanted to show you the architecture of the system. The foundational layer is our multi-tenant cloud that is secure, reliable, and that you can trust. And then you have B2C commerce services such as cart payment pricing, with the B2C commerce microservices such as inventory or shopper login. All this connecting through the commerce API layer that includes CDN API rules, routing to either our out of the box solution, the SFRA or storefront reference architecture, to our PWA kit and managed runtime, or you can choose to run and build your own and go fully headless. I'll go into details in the next slides. The common thing about all of this is that you can easily connect to third party systems and data, and you can also use the Customer 360 services such as Service, Marketing, OMS, or Experience Cloud. Now, to understand the storefront option, the question that you need to ask is not why to go headless, but how do you want to achieve your business goals? Why choose one storefront option over the other? For example, with SFRA, you can build and update pages with clicks, not code, and you can run campaigns and promotions without IT involvement. You can always go headless in the future if your strategy changes. With the PWA kit managed runtime, you can launch a fast, mobile optimized PWA for experience and conversion improvements, and you can customize this PWA kit to your brand's needs. You also reduce the risk and TCO of headless with high scale public cloud native managed runtime. The last option is to build your own storefront where your IT team has full autonomy over the front end experience, and they can build a decoupled storefront using any front end framework or tools available. This can be integrated through the commerce APIs. Now, the PWA kit and managed runtime can accelerate headless success and reduce operational cost with a pre-built storefront for headless commerce. The web frontend is a commonly missing piece of the puzzle when going headless, but it's one of the biggest revenue drivers and a key part of any headless strategy. It's really the front door to the online store, and customers can't enjoy any of the headless functionality without it. So, B2C commerce includes everything you need to launch a modern, fully decoupled web storefront. The fast, mobile optimized web experience helps drive additional revenue and engagement. The pre built storefront helps accelerate time to launch while still being fully customizable. You're not restricted by templates. The managed runtime offloads the operational cost and burden of building and operating a storefront for headless. And the decoupled storefront lets you roll out customer experience changes in just 60 seconds, which you'll see in the demo later on. When I speak to customers, there are some common threads which always pop up, which is trust and security. And security is built into the platform so that every customer has best in class tools, technology, and resources. You can rely on always on availability with global fault tolerant and redundant architecture, 24/7 support, and advanced disaster recovery technology. You get tools and privacy for global compliance. You get dashboards and analytics that ensure visibility into operations for the leadership team as well as for the merchandising teams. And you also get fast response times and flexible capacity, which ensure that you never have to worry during peak shopping events. Um, During the last Cyber Week, we had more than 1 billion API calls and 100% availability. And there were other e commerce platforms that had to degrade some services to scale down for holiday, or they even had downtime. This can be devastating for the customer experience and for the profits, especially during such an important period of the year. We don't have that issue. And APIs are the glue that connects application, and Salesforce provides a powerful set of APIs to make any channel shoppable. We cover the entire commerce journey with super fast APIs, and we provide a CDN, and you won't need any extra products for it. Our APIs put commerce all over the internet. Where you need to be, we are ready to take you there. And all of this sits on the core of trust. You heard probably before about MuleSoft, and it includes pre-built integration templates for ERP, PIM, and more. And we don't stop at the APIs and really understand the power of a community. The Commerce Cloud Developer Center gives your developers a single place to learn and interact with other developers. It's a community focused on learning and growing, and your teams can find tools, SDKs, solution kits, and link to trailheads for training. Your teams can also leave feedback here for anything related to our platform. And you heard me speak about AI, and this is Einstein for Commerce, which is a set of powerful AI merchandising tools that are baked right into the Commerce Cloud platform. You can switch them on with the flick of a button. Customers who use Einstein for Commerce see increased revenue growth, greater productivity, and deeper shopper engagement. With Einstein, brands of all sizes are growing faster, seeing up to 10% lift in e-commerce sales, the example of Hiba Sport. We also see increased cart sizes, average order values, and just increased revenue. Trailblazers like John Varvatos saw an increase in revenue, about 45% attributed revenue from product recommendation. Einstein also helps the bottom line. Resource intensive tasks like merchandising, manually configuring, search and sort, and more can be done in a matter of minutes, not months. And Einstein delivers immersive and personalized experiences for consumers, displaying products and suggestions designed to make shopping fun and tailored to each individual's tastes. And finally, we're excited to share that Einstein isn't just limited to the online storefront. With Einstein APIs, intelligent capabilities like product recommendations can be integrated into mobile apps, clienteling tools, and much more. Now, I also mentioned Salesforce Order Management, and this is the first customer centric OMS on the market. We've completely reimagined the way companies look at order management, pulling the traditional process from the ERP and bringing it to the front of the business closest to the customer. Its simplicity with tools like our declarative flow builder and out of the box templates help you start selling fast and are unmatched to old approaches to order management. Not only that, but customers with Salesforce admins can empower their existing admins to manage order management exercises since it's built on the Salesforce platform. And with our latest releases of omnichannel inventory and distributed order management, you can scale across your store network and truly unlock flexible omnichannel purchasing for your shoppers. With our new high scale inventory availability service, you'll deliver on flexible fulfillment options like buy online, pick up in store, or endless aisle, unlocking inventory regardless of where it is. With distributed order management, you fulfill faster, reduce costs, and avoid unhappy experiences for delayed deliveries by shipping from anywhere. We have a thriving partner community that delivers natively available microservice integrations to extend use cases including WMS, payment stacks, and more to even further enriching your customers' end game experience. All this is delivered at international scale, and in mind your business in mind connected to the world's number one CRM with over 20 years of trust and success. Now, we want to empower brands to inspire and sell to customers anywhere and at scale by delivering compelling and intelligent brand engagement, trusted transactions, and a seamless commerce journey. By bringing commerce and marketing together, we can personalize engagement based on past purchases and show customers that we know who they are, their preferences, and create more relevance across all touchpoints. Commerce and marketing were a logical fit to create connected shopper journeys. And in addition to this, we also have a Service Cloud, which plays a very important role in the entire consumer journey. Um, Today, we provide a community suite cartridge that we are referring to as the Commerce Cloud, the Marketing Cloud connector. We have connectors for Service Cloud. So you can imagine that our strategy revolves into having Commerce Cloud integrated and connecting, talking to all of our other clouds. And um, we're closing in on the demo, and we help companies of all sizes across all industries to grow with Commerce Cloud, and we invest in innovation every single day to ensure that our clients are happy and stay ahead of the curve. For the next few minutes, you'll see a demo of our new PWA kit delivered by Dennis Zimmerman, one of our most experienced solution engineers. He wasn't able to join in person, but he recorded the video of it. So he will be demoing our PWA kit, our solution for headless commerce, and afterwards we open it for Q&A.
Thank you. Yes, so with Salesforce Commerce Cloud, you can do headless commerce. And as an option, you can even launch a progressive web app, which then performs like a native app, no matter on which device it is on. I'm going to demo that in the next couple of minutes. So for that, on the left-hand side, I have my mobile device where I have the PWA installed locally, just like a native app. And on the right-hand side, we can see the desktop version where I'm currently browsing the website of Northern Trail Outfitters, which is an online store for outdoor equipment and one of our demo environments. So I'm going to divide the demo into two parts. First, I'm going to show everything from the customer perspective, and then in the second part, I'm going to switch perspectives to one of the digital team like developers, architects, or project managers. Okay, so I've said it behaves like a native app. What does that actually mean? So it means that you have access to functions like offline browsing. So even if you do not have an internet connection, you can still see the site and it still feels amazing. Additionally, you have access to functions like push notifications, geolocations, or even device-specific functions like the camera, for example. And since for the PWA it does not matter which device I am on, I can also install the PWA on my Mac on the right-hand side. So if I click it here, install it, I can actually open up the PWA and I have the same benefits as on the mobile device. So device-specific functions, offline browsing, and so on. And as you can see, once the customer really arrives on your website, they are fully immersed by your brand experience. And in fact, with the headless approach, it means that you can go beyond templates and create custom experiences like a lookbook like this here. And this really allows you to combine editorial content and shoppable products for an engaging browsing experience. And if a customer finds something they like it, they can add it to their cart or just continue with the purchase, like in this case with Apple Pay, which is seamlessly integrated, and it does allow them to stay on the site, and then of course it increases sales. So this experience is available for you on all the pages which focus on content, right? So like a blog post, for example. And you can naturally include products and content here so that does not feel like ads. And with the headless approach, you can also use content and assets from your content management system and combine them here with e-commerce assets. So in this case, for example, I use an external CMS, and in this case, it is Contentful. So in this first part of the demo, we have seen that with the Progressive Web App, you can create excellent, flexible websites that naturally combine content and e-commerce. And these websites work on any device just as comfortable as a native app. So all this is possible with a solution called PWA Kit and Managed Runtime. And to show this, I'm switching from the perspective of a customer to the perspective of the developer, for example. And I'm going to start here on the Developer Center. This is a place where you have access to all the relevant APIs, to the Commerce SDKs for quick and easy integration, and of course also for the PWA Kit itself, including an app generator and a responsive pre-built storefront that includes a wide range of commerce components and pages to get your projects up and running really quickly. You also have self-learning components. So basically you have everything which you need to get started here on the Developer Center. And I can then actually switch to the back office of the Managed Runtime. Let's do that. And here I can log in into the project of Northern Trail Outfitters. Let's do that. And once I arrived at the project, the first thing which I could do is I can manage users and permissions to really make sure that everyone has access only to the environment which he needs. And I have a lot of environments here. So I have production, certain development environments, and also staging here. And what I'm going to show here right now is that I can actually deploy new versions in just 60 seconds. Right? In 60 seconds, I can push a new version to my environment. In the same 60 seconds, of course, I could also roll it back. While it is deploying, let's take a couple of seconds which we have here, and let's take a look what other settings I can do for each and every environment individually. For example, I can restrict IP addresses to a certain range. Additionally to my permissions and my groups, which I can define, I can actually also on a physical level restrict it to certain IPs. Also, I can change the configuration of my external systems, like my CMS, which is Contentful in this case, just as I told earlier. Then one thing which is very, very convenient and actually important, especially for Europe, it is related to data security. I can make sure to which environment my solution is deployed to. So for example, for European customers, a European environment should be the choice here. So I'm choosing Frankfurt, for example. All right, it's perfect. And I can make all these changes really individually for each and every environment which I'm using, be it development, be it staging, be it production, whatever I choose for my architecture here. So let's go back to the deployments, and we can see that our new version is already deploy. And that's really amazing because it gives so many and so much flexibility to your development teams. Okay, perfect. So to conclude this, what you have seen is that with the managed runtime and PWA kit, you can really deliver web pages that are fast, relevant, immersive, and intuitive. And thus, besides selling your products or services, you can also increase the loyalty of your customers to you. And that's also very important. It gives you the flexibility and for your development teams really to be agile and meet the ever increasing customer expectations. Thank you.
Okay, so are we ready for the Q&A section? Because we have some questions for you.
Yes, please.
Let's do it. I'll start with the first one. Is this one? Sorry, this one. Can B2C and B2B Salesforce platforms be both integrated and work independent for the same customer?
The straight answer is absolutely yes. They are independent platforms, and you can run them for the same customer, and you won't need anything else. Yep.
Okay, and another question. Salesforce is rather associated with big companies, and a lot of B2C are small businesses. Is Salesforce B2C commerce cloud suitable also for those small companies?
Absolutely, yes. And one of the examples in my presentation was Stonewall Kitchen. I think it was amongst the first slides. They come from a very small rural town in in USA, and they actually have, I think, a team of 5 people in the e-commerce business. So based on what you are trying to achieve, we can definitely work with you and get you on B2C Commerce Cloud. There are also a number of study cases on our websites, which of course comes from the likes of Adidas, but we also have smaller B2C brands in there that you can learn from their story and maybe apply to your case.
Okay, and another one. Is it possible to use Commerce Cloud with third-party applications?
Again, the answer is absolutely yes. I think I mentioned that we have a marketplace of apps that have already been built by approved companies. So each time when one of these companies builds an app, it goes through a vetting process with Salesforce to ensure that when you connect it to your Commerce Cloud website, everything will run super smooth. So that's a very, very easy integration through just like a cartridge. On the other hand, I've spoken heavily about the APIs that we give to our customers. So you can access those APIs to build new experiences to connect to third-party applications. I don't see any reason of concern there. And if there is some heavy lifting to be done, then you can always use our other product, MuleSoft, to actually make it possible.
Okay, and this was actually the last question. So this concludes our Q&A session. Vlad, thank you so much for joining us today, sharing your knowledge, sharing your experience. I'm actually happy to report that your presentation was the highest watched, most watched event of today. So very,
That's
very
fantastic
glad.
news.
Yeah, so we are very glad to have you, and we hope to see you again during another Salesforce summit with us. So thank you once again for joining us, and thank you to all of our viewers for being with us today. And we actually invite you to join us tomorrow. We start the next presentation at 10 a.m., so be sure to join us. Vlad, once again, thank you so much, and see you soon.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.